Do you have a favourite fundraising appeal? You know, the kind of thing that Sophie would have on there, I wish I thought of that series. I do, but interestingly, it isn't actually for a charity. It's for a private company. Let me tell you the story of my favourite fundraising appeal. This appeal is nearly 10 years old now and was one of the first fundraisers I saw on Kickstarter. You may have come across some of the really famous Kickstarter appeals. Amanda Palmer is probably the best known in the sector. She used Kickstarter to raise over $1 million to mix, manufacture and promote her album after being dropped by her record label. By asking her fans to pledge various sums of money from $1 to get a download of the album when it was released, right up to $5,000 to get Amanda Palmer to play a gig in your house. And she actually sold 34 of those, raising 170 grand just from that. Before I reveal my favourite appeal ever, I just wanted to say that if you're enjoying these videos, please consider subscribing to my channel. Just click on that icon down there to subscribe and click the alert bell to be notified whenever I post a new video. Anyway, back to the video. The appeal that is my favourite appeal is actually one for Aardman Animation Studios. For me, it is a perfect piece of fundraising. It's almost like they followed the book, How to Write a Fundraising Appeal, page by page. Let me go through the Kickstarter and try and explain why it's so perfect.
Hi there, welcome to Aardman. We're a busy animation studio. We've been going about 35 years now, and I guess lots of you will know the sort of things that we've done.
Wow! Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You've been a wonderful audience.
Job well done, lad.
We have clients all over the place, from advertising agencies to TV broadcasters to movie studios.
That's Peter Lord. For those of you who are into animation, he, along with his business partner Nick Parks, are probably the gods of stop motion animation. Having produced, as we saw there, things like Wallace and Gromit and Chicken Run, probably some of our favourite TV adverts. He even produced the legendary Sledgehammer video for Peter Gabriel. And that's what this section of the video is all about. They're rightly showing off. Look how amazing we are. You can trust us. We produce great animations. But then straight away after that, from the high of that, we get this.
But the important thing is we're completely independent. There is no Mr. Big with a huge checkbook behind us. Nobody telling us what to do.
They want you to know that this is a hard graft. Money is tight. They are not bankrolled by the money men in Hollywood. They are completely independent. Because now comes their outline for their plans for the future.
So, recently, we've been checking with our friends and fans and asking the question, what would you like to see next from Aardman?
They're throwing in some comedy here and a sneaky peek at the character we're talking about.
And we're proposing to make a new series of short, funny films in the classic Aardman style, featuring some all-new characters. It's got to be a really sympathetic character. Lovable, funny, entertaining, you know, with lots of physical comedy and slapstick. And also there'll be some sort of crazy, surreal stuff going on. And I was thinking probably there'd be a sidekick, you know, someone for the character to spark off. It'll be classic, but also right up to date too. So, we need your help to create this new character. Sorry, I love to wind him up. Of course I'm talking about Morph.
If we think about this from a charity appeal point of view, what have we seen so far? Firstly, we're a trusted organisation. Secondly, look at our achievements in the past. Thirdly, here's the big bad that we're trying to combat. Fourth, here's the vision for the future. So if this were a charity, what we'd now expect to see is a proposed solution and tangible plan to what they are hoping to do. And Peter Lord gives us this.
We plan to make a series of all new Morph episodes, and we'd love you, his loyal fans, and maybe also you, his new fans, we'd love you to be involved.
He's gone one step further there. He's directly talking to the viewer about how they can help achieve this. He goes on to explain quite clearly how you can get involved.
But we don't want to second guess what you want. Get in touch with us. Get involved in the production. Contribute ideas, gags. Tell us what you want to see.
Then he talks about how you, the viewer, can access the videos that you funded once they've been made.
The classic Morph sequences, the ones we loved making and you loved watching, they were always about 1 minute, 90 seconds long. That's the perfect length to view online. And that's where we're going to put our all-new Morph stories.
Now comes the money talk.
So we won't be working with our usual partners, like TV stations, not this time. The fact is that whenever we make any of our films, from the shortest to the longest, we always need partners to fund them. That's how the film business works. We've managed to pull together half the budget ourselves, and we'd love you out there to be our partners for the other half.
This is actually something that I think charities often shy away from. You rarely hear charities talking about their financial situation unless they're threatened with closure or something. But Aardman are totally upfront about this. Animation costs money. We have raised some of the money ourselves, but we're short. I even love the archive footage of Chaz flashing around a wad of banknotes. That's subtle but lovely touch. It shows they're putting in the effort. And then here comes the direct appeal.
So help bring Morph back to the screen just as it ought to be, in a series of short comedy sketches made by some of our amazingly talented animators and filmmakers, and featuring him and Chaz and maybe even Nailbrush too.
Bring back Morph! It's a slogan, it's a banner, it's a rallying cry. And here are the people who are going to do it. Aardman showing off their team at work, doing the actual animation. And we even get to feel nostalgic with the other characters being introduced, just to remind us of what we've been missing since the 80s. One thing about philanthropy is, what reward does a donor get for pledging to our causes? This is something we struggle with. Some organisations try subscription-style products, information about a gorilla you sponsor, tickets for an event, annual memberships, free lectures, visits to see the scientists your donations are funding. So this is not something unheard of in the sector, but Aardman nail it with their pledge rewards.
Of course, there will be amazing rewards if you get involved. Some of you can even join us here in the Aardman Studios to see how Morph and the other stuff is actually brought to life.
And there we have it. We've had 1, we're a trusted organisation. 2, look at our achievements from the past. 3, here's the big bad that we're trying to combat. 4, here's the vision for the future. 5, how you can help. 6, how you can access what you've just helped make. 7, an outline of the finances of the organisation to bring the case for 8, the financial ask. And then at the end, 9, what they're offering you in return for your money. The only thing left is a thank you and a final reminder of the reason we love Morph.
That's it. Happy, guys? Okay. Then let's get this Kickstarter started. Thank you.
The video is slick. They put a lot of effort into it. It's well scripted, well shot, and everything you would expect of an animation studio. But there's something more. Their Kickstarter then hit £80,000 in just 8 days. They must have been taken aback by the speed of that achievement, and I think their thank you video, I'd argue, that they released 8 days later proves this.
We did it! How amazing is that? In 8 days, we've got to our target. It's been so amazing. And of course, it's thanks to you guys. We're so grateful. I'm so grateful. This is absolutely amazing.
Clearly, this video isn't a patch on the production value of the first video. It's clearly cobbled together far quicker than they'd imagined. Peter is clearly over the moon and thanking their donors profusely. It's almost unscripted. But then he brings out the Dr. Barnardo's classic. Ask for the money, raise the money, show the success of raising the money and the impact, and then you ask people to do it all over again. And then again we have, let's hear from you. Please get involved. Be part of this project. Help us.
And we can go on, right? We can do some stretch goals now. And we've got some ideas. We've been thinking of some things we can do. But let's hear from you, okay? Get in touch. Tell us what you'd like to see.
And then we have celebration. Let's do this.
But basically, bottom line is, we can start shooting, which is what we really, really, really want to do. So I'm here in the studio. Let's get started.
I've used his appeal in a number of sessions and talks over the years, and I always get the same response. But we can't produce something as slick as that. Nope, you probably can't. But Aardman are an animation studio. You would expect them to be able to produce a video. But since 2013, when this appeal went out, we all now have these in our pockets. With a minimal amount of money, we can actually produce short videos that are kind of okay. I mean, I make these videos with a pretty basic setup. So my comeback is always this. If an animation studio wants to ask for money, it does so via an animated video. It plays to its strengths. So if a children's charity or an animal charity wants to ask for money, what strengths can they play on? Do we have the kids actually asking for the money? Or do we have cute puppies walking around with pledge cards attached to them? Actually, that's not that far-fetched an idea when you think that the Blue Cross attached Chapter 9 readers to dogs. So it is possible to put something together like this. We all have the technology at our fingertips now. Take a look at the full videos again. The links are in the description below. Break them down scene by scene just as I have. It really is, in my opinion, the best put together appeal I have ever seen. I hope you share my passion for this video, and thanks again for watching.